I thought I'd every so often, you'll just checking the camera there. Every so often, I like to give you strange things that happen from my personal experience, and one of them is ghosts and ghoulies. Now, as I've said on different channels, I've been around hundreds of medieval sites and castles and things like that over lots of years. And only once have I seen something that I couldn't understand. But it made me think there is another occasion where I've come into something that's different. And this has been witnessed as well by some of my friends. And I thought I'm not saying yes or no to ghosts, but what I'll do is I'll tell you the story and then you make your mind up. Not so many years ago, about 5 years ago, when I had houses, I used to put my friends up. I think there's about 15 of them now that have lived with me over the years. They all sort of like have problems with marital breakups, so they go, "Mate, can I stop with you?" And I say, "Yeah, of course you can." Anyway, that's when I had houses. I don't live in a little flat now, so they can't do it anymore. Right, so I had my friend stopping with me, and I was sat downstairs one night and thinking nothing of it, just watching television. He came downstairs and he went, "Why have you just come into my bedroom?" And I went, "I haven't. I've been sat down here. I'm watching a film." He went, No. He says, "You've just been in my bedroom." I went, "No, I haven't." Now, I said, after the second time, I says, why are you saying this? He says, "Well, you did it last night as well." And I went, and that started going, I'm going, what are you talking about? 2 nights apparently I'd walked into his room, stood at the end of the bed, said nothing to him whatsoever, turned around and walked off. And I thought, what is going on? And I went, "Well, that's strange." I said, "Because I haven't been in your bedroom." And he went, "Oh, right." He said, "Well, yeah, you have. You were wearing that shirt there." And so he pointed to a shirt on the in a picture on the wall. And I went, "That's not me. That's my father." Now, my father, now he died not even a year before. And I went, "Oh." So I thought, okay, well, he might be pulling my leg. So anyway, about another 6-7 months later on, one of my other friends was stopping with me with his girlfriend, and she'll probably even see this at this point, and she'll verify it. And he went upstairs, and she was upstairs, and I was downstairs watching the telly, and the gentleman was downstairs, and he was quite happily chatting to me. And he went upstairs, and his girlfriend said, "Why is Mick just come in the bedroom?" And he went, "What do you mean?" She says, "Well, he's just walked through the door, stood at the end of the bed, didn't say a word to me, and then went back out." And I'm thinking, so he goes, "Hold on, let me just go and ask Mick." He says, "Because I've been talking to Mick downstairs. While you are saying this happened, I'm talking to him." So he went downstairs, and he saw, and I was still on the settee, and he went, "Mick," he says, that now he knew about the story about the other chap, and he went, "Have you got that picture? That one you're telling me about, the ghost picture?" And I went, Yeah. I says, "Why?" He says, "Just 1 second." So he went upstairs, and he says, "Is this the picture of Mick?" And she went, "Yeah, that's him." So he says, "Right, you best put some clothes on," which was the best thing. I don't think she was in a full state of dress. So anyway, so they come downstairs, and he said, "Mick, who's this?" And he showed me the picture. I says, "That's my father." And she went, "No." And she went, "What?" Anyway, so that's what it was. So obviously, my dad was just checking on me. My father was checking on me just to make sure I was all right. So it didn't faze me. Now, on another occasion, I've heard footprints, and I never thought anything of it at all. Because if it's him, it's not going to bother me. He's just checking I'm all right, that's all. And then I went into sleep one night, and the actual bed sank. Right, it physically sank, and I didn't even, and it sort of like woke me up, and I could feel the bed sink, and I just turned around and I said, "Oh, Father, do you have to?" I said, "You woke me up now." So just very calmly, it didn't fluster. I wasn't scared or anything like that. I sort of like went, okay. I sort of like recognised my dad as he's checking on me to make sure I'm okay. So I went, "Oh, Father, do you have to do that?" So because you could see, you could feel the bed sinking where he sat on it, and I went, "All right." Anyway, so woke up, thought nothing of it. Anyway, so I told my older sister, and she absolutely gagged herself, and she went, "Oh, I hope he doesn't come and visit me." I said, "Well, if he does, he's just checking on us. That's all." I said, "It might be because I'm the single one. It may be that he's just checking on me to make sure I'm all right. But yeah, I'm fine with it. If it is him, but as I said from the start of this, it could be and it may not be. I don't know. But I thought I'd share that story. The only place, like I've said, that I've ever seen anything was in a place called Lamprey Palace, just outside St David's. I was doing a medieval show there, and I've actually said about this in another one, but I'll quickly respin it just for a thing. One of my friends was talking to me, sat round a fire at night, and she just stopped suddenly, and went. And I said, "What's up?" I knew straight away. I could see on her face she'd seen something. She went, "Nothing." So I pestered her, and she actually said, "The fellows just walked straight through the fire and straight through you, Mick." So now we actually know different costumes and everything like that because we use them. So we study history, so we know that what period they come from and everything like that just by their attire. So I said, "Well, what period?" And anyway, it's 17th century. Was described, and we went, "Oh right, okay." So there's something interesting. Now I never saw anything of that. It just walked through me, so somebody else saw it. But in the same place, I actually did catch one morning a figure. I'm going to say a figure. I'm going to say a hazy something in my peripheral vision. And when I turned to look at it, nothing. So I turned back, and it was there. It was still there. And turned again, nothing. That's it. And it was about the height of a human being, and it was just like, I suppose the easy way to describe it, like a snowman. And that was it. And you know, for all the other places where people have said and seen all sorts, I'd never seen anything. So I wasn't I wasn't a non-believer, but I wasn't a believer. But I thought I'd share that story with you. So if you're laid in bed tonight and the bed goes down, it's probably my dad come to check on you too. So, because you know, he's very lucky. You know, she was a cracking looking woman, but he walked in on her when she was in bed. So, yeah, good timing by him. So anyway, there you go. There's another interesting story. You've got any stories as well? Start your own little thing up and tell people. Remember, when we pass away, people can only show a picture of somebody and say, "Oh, that was such and such, that was Mick." They can't describe you. But if you do a little bit on video, like these little vlogs, all right, not many people may watch them, but you're leaving something that your family can actually say, "That's what his mentality was. That's who he is. That's who her is. That's who her is," and all the other LBGG biddly 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 dee-dums as well. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Your family can see it, and you can tell a story about it and tell what you've seen and pass it on. So, all right, on that one, just a very quick note. Ta-ta.